Last night, I found myself standing in front of the mirror for what felt like hours. My eyes were swollen, my face pale and blotchy from all the crying, but I just couldn't look away. I was searching for the girl I used to be, the one who believed in love, who trusted her family, who had hope for the future. But all I saw was someone broken, hollowed out. I touched my face gently, my fingertips tracing the lines the tears had carved. The skin was cool and slick with salt, and it reminded me that the pain was real. It wasn't a nightmare I could just wake up from. It was my life now. I kept hearing the echo of their voices, the way my mom's laugh used to fill the house, warm and comforting, and the way his voice used to whisper promises in my ear, soft and full of hope. Now, those sounds feel like echoes from a life I'm no longer part of. I still can't believe it. How they could both be so cruel, so heartless. My hands are still trembling as I type this, like my body is betraying me as much as they did. The betrayal isn't just in the act itself. It's in the way they looked at each other, like a secret they shared behind my back for months. Like I was nothing but a fool. I don't know if I'll ever get over this. I don't know if I want to. I just know that tonight, like every night, I'll lie awake wondering what I ever did to deserve this kind of pain. I keep replaying that moment when I walked in, the way everything slowed down, like time itself was mocking me. The scent of her perfume mixed with the stale air in that guest room, the soft rustling of sheets, the quiet whisper of voices that should have never been whispered in front of me. I can still feel the cold rush in my stomach, the tight knot forming there that grew heavier with every second. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely stand. I remember gripping the edge of the doorframe, my nails digging into the wood, trying to ground myself while the world collapsed around me. The tears started before I even said a word, burning hot and uncontrollable. My voice came out broken and small, like a frightened child's. "Why?" I asked, but there was no answer. Only silence. That awful, deafening silence. They didn't look at me, not really. Not like they ever did before. Instead, their eyes darted away, guilty and ashamed, but also, maybe something else. Relief? Like the secret was finally out, and they didn't have to pretend anymore. I wanted to scream, to cry, to throw everything I could find at them. But I just stood there, frozen. I felt like my heart had been ripped out and stomped on. I didn't say a word as I left. I couldn't. My body moved on autopilot, driving away with blurred vision and a pounding chest. The whole ride home was a haze of red and white lights and the sound of my ragged breathing. When I got inside my apartment, I collapsed onto the floor, clutching my knees to my chest as the sobs racked my body. I felt so small, so utterly alone. The person I was supposed to spend my life with had been lying to me, and the person who was supposed to love me unconditionally wasn't on it. It's like everything I believed in shattered all at once, and I don't know how to pick up the pieces. I keep trying to find some logic in it all, but there isn't any. How do you even start to understand something like this? The way they smiled at each other, whispered behind my back, shared secrets that should have been mine alone. It's like I was living in a parallel universe where everyone else knew the truth but me. I remember the first night after I found out. I couldn't sleep, so I wandered around the apartment, touching things as if I could find some clue in the fabric of the couch or the photos on the wall. Anything to tell me what had gone wrong. My phone lit up with a message from him. I froze. The screen was bright in the dark room, and my hands shook as I stared at his name. It said, "Can we talk? Please." I wanted to throw the phone across the room, but instead, I just turned it off. I didn't have the energy to face his lies. The house felt colder than ever without him there. The spaces where his things used to be, his jacket on the chair, the coffee mugs in the sink, felt like empty wounds. I haven't told anyone else. My friends think I'm just stressed about the wedding. I'm not ready for their questions or their pity. Sometimes I just scroll through our old messages, reading the sweet things he said, the plans we made, and it breaks me all over again. And then there's my mom. She won't meet my eyes. At family dinners, she's distant, like we're strangers forced to share the same air. The woman who used to hug me tight when I was scared now barely nods at me. I'm not sure if I'm more angry at him or her. Maybe both. Or maybe just at myself for trusting them. The wedding is officially off. I called the venue this morning and canceled everything. Hearing the disappointment in their voices felt like another punch to the gut, but I don't have the strength to pretend anymore. Right now, all I can do is sit here, let the tears fall, and try to breathe through the pain. I keep catching myself in moments when the pain hits like a wave I wasn't ready for. Today, I was folding laundry, his shirts, my dresses, and suddenly I couldn't stop shaking. My hands trembled so badly I dropped a shirt on the floor, and the sound of it hitting the ground felt like a slap to my face. I sank to the floor, and the tears just came. Silent, endless. I think the hardest part isn't just the betrayal itself. It's the way it makes you question everything. Your judgment, your worth, your sanity. How could I not have seen this coming? Was I that blind? That naive? I keep replaying every conversation, every smile, every touch, trying to find the moment when it all changed. Was it the way he looked at her when he thought I wasn't watching? The way my mom suddenly got so distant, so secretive? I'm haunted by all the small things I ignored or brushed off. Last night, I tried to talk to my dad about it. His silence crushed me more than I expected. He didn't say much, just this hollow, "I'm sorry, honey," like words could fix what feels impossible to repair. I don't know how to forgive either of them. I don't know if I want to. Sometimes I think about calling my fiancé just to scream at him, to demand answers. But then I remember the way his eyes looked when I caught them. The mixture of guilt and selfishness, and the anger just drains out of me, replaced by this crushing exhaustion. I'm so tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of the betrayal. Tired of the silence. I don't have answers. I don't have hope. Just this raw, aching heartbreak that feels like it might never end. The nights are the hardest. When the world quiets down and there's no one around to distract me, that's when the memories hit hardest. The soft click of the front door, the way he used to laugh when he saw me, the way my mom's voice sounded when she used to call me from the kitchen. Now, those sounds are like knives twisting inside my chest. I find myself gripping the sheets so tight my knuckles turn white, trying to hold on to something while everything inside me feels like it's unraveling. I can't sleep. When I close my eyes, I see them together, smiling, touching, sharing something I was never meant to know about. It's like my mind won't let me forget. Sometimes I reach for my phone to call someone, anyone, but I don't. Because who would understand? Who could possibly understand this kind of betrayal? I've stopped trusting my own instincts. I question every little thing I thought I knew. Every glance, every word, every "I love you." It's like my whole world is built on lies, and I don't know how to find solid ground again. I'm scared that this pain will never end, that I'll carry this with me forever, a heavy weight dragging me down, and I don't know how to let it go. Sometimes, when the tears finally stop, the emptiness sets in. It's not relief. It's a hollow kind of numbness, like my heart has been ripped out, and I'm just floating in a dark space, disconnected from everything. I catch myself staring at nothing for minutes, unable to focus or find meaning in anything. My hands tremble even when I'm doing the simplest things, holding a fork, texting a friend, pouring water. It's like my body remembers the shock even when my mind tries to push it away. I feel exhausted but restless, like my brain is stuck on repeat, tormenting me with every memory. I find myself questioning who I am now. Without them, without the life I thought I had, what's left? I feel like a stranger to myself, like the person I was before is gone, and I don't know how to be this broken version. I haven't cried in front of anyone but my dog. He's the only one who sees the mess I am without judgment, just soft eyes and comforting nudges. But even then, I feel so alone, like I'm screaming inside a locked room, and no one can hear me. I know people say time heals, but right now, time feels like it's just stretching out the pain, not lessening it. I'm scared I'm stuck in this dark place, and I don't know if I'll ever find the way out. I keep wondering if anyone will ever see me again, the real me beneath all this pain and betrayal. Because right now, I feel invisible, like I'm just existing in the background of a life that no longer makes sense. Some days, I can barely force myself out of bed. The weight of everything presses down so hard. It feels like my chest might cave in. Every breath is a struggle. I stare at the ceiling, willing myself to find some flicker of strength, but it never comes. I find myself clutching at memories like they're lifelines, but even those are twisted now. I remember the way he used to look at me before I knew the truth, like I was the only person in the world. And I remember my mom's hugs, warm and familiar, that now feel like cruel lies. I'm drowning in questions I can't answer. How long has this been going on? Did they ever care about me at all? Was I just a game to them? A puzzle they enjoyed breaking? Sometimes, I catch myself talking to the empty room, my voice shaking as I say things I wish I could say to them. Why? How could you? What did I ever do to deserve this? But there's only silence. And that silence screams louder than any words. I thought I was prepared for this wedding. I thought love would be enough to carry us through anything. But love didn't protect me from this. It didn't shield me from the people I trusted most turning their backs. Now, all I have are shattered pieces and a heart that feels raw and exposed, bleeding in a way I never thought possible. I keep wondering if anyone will ever see me again, the real me beneath all this pain and betrayal. Because right now, I feel invisible, like I'm just existing in the background of a life that no longer makes sense. Some days, I can barely force myself out of bed. The weight of everything presses down so hard. It feels like my chest might cave in. Every breath is a struggle. I stare at the ceiling, willing myself to find some flicker of strength, but it never comes. I find myself clutching at memories like they're lifelines, but even those are twisted now. I remember the way he used to look at me before I knew the truth, like I was the only person in the world. And I remember my mom's hugs, warm and familiar, that now feel like cruel lies. I'm drowning in questions I can't answer. How long has this been going on? Did they ever care about me at all? Was I just a game to them? A puzzle they enjoyed breaking? Sometimes, I catch myself talking to the empty room, my voice shaking as I say things I wish I could say to them. Why? How could you? What did I ever do to deserve this? But there's only silence. And that silence screams louder than any words. I thought I was prepared for this wedding. I thought love would be enough to carry us through anything. But love didn't protect me from this. It didn't shield me from the people I trusted most turning their backs. Now, all I have are shattered pieces and a heart that feels raw and exposed, bleeding in a way I never thought possible. I keep wondering if anyone will ever see me again, the real me beneath all this pain and betrayal. Because right now, I feel invisible, like I'm just existing in the background of a life that no longer makes sense.